says those words. It's the dead silence after he...
Okay, we're back again, everybody. I thought the travel tip extravaganza would be the only upload, but apparently there's another one, so let's get into it.
That's those words that really just like... It's so eerie.
We have a
Hello, guys,
meal
hi.
of sodiums.
So, today, I have some Subway.
You know what's funny? I actually had Subway yesterday because we were out kind of late and I did not feel like cooking when coming home. My grandson wanted McDonald's. I did not want McDonald's. I do not like McDonald's. So Subway it is for us. So what did I get? I got like I think 6 Italian BMTs for everybody, like the same thing. So then we go over to McDonald's and get my grandson, little kid's meal or whatever. So I decide, well, I don't have chips at home for everybody, so let me just get some French fries. So I ordered 6 large fries. Can you believe when I looked at the receipt for 6 large fries for McDonald's, it was $28. Unbelievable. I would have been better off making the fries at home, from scratch. It's just ridiculous, the prices. Anyways, I digress.
I had a deal where you get a side, a drink, and a 4-inch sub.
4 inches?
Which I've never had, but...
Wow. I think you're used to the 4 inches.
With some bonus noodles.
And 4 inches.
Yes.
I'm being nice.
So I got a spicy BMT.
Oh, that's what we had.
And let me see.
We didn't get spicy though.
Oh,
that doesn't look like a BMT.
Okay, all they put on it
Wait
is
a minute, 4 inches? Subway does not serve a 4-inch sandwich because isn't it like their thing, the foot-long sandwich? So, Chantal, are you just thinking about glitter tits? Is that why you said 4 inches? Wow.
Pepperoni with nothing on it. That's so weird. No cheese, nothing.
Because you ordered that specifically.
So. But all I had was ketchup, mustard.
Oh, they gave me the wrong sandwich. A la Amberlynn.
Mustard, mayo, and cheese. And a Coca-Cola Zero. These are the best ketchup chips ever. They're Hector's.
Oh my god.
Ketchup
chips. They look like barbecue
Stella
chips.
And Beauty Bite.
I would like barf if I would eat top ramen, chips, and a Subway sandwich. That is way too much carbs right there for me.
In particular, Unsolved Mysteries. Maybe not good. And I've been watching the new season of Unsolved Mysteries, but I came across this mystery of a young guy.
Here we go.
19 years of age who disappeared, and just...
I have a feeling this is going to be 2 words, bite of food, 3 words, bite of food, like pause after pause after pause. Annoying video.
Was so tragic for his family, and I mean, no disrespect talking about this case, but
yes, you do. Why even talk about it? It's really
bizarre, and I really hope that this guy is found, but the conditions in which he disappeared were just so weird. And I have my other phone here to look at because I don't have a good memory with like little details. So Brandon...
So that's a question I'm going to give to you, Chantal. If you have another phone, you don't think Salah has another phone where he's contacting his babes on?
The case of Brandon Swanson.
Pause.
He was 19 and he was from Marshall, Minnesota. And
cute guy.
On May 14th, 2008, just after midnight.
Look at, here we go, pause. In between the story.
He drove his car into a ditch.
That happens, that actually happens quite a bit when you live out in the country, especially if you're out there acting a fool. You go into ditches sometimes.
So he called his parents. He didn't know where he was, but he thought that he was near a town called Lind.
She literally just deep-throated that sandwich. Did you all see that?
I'm guessing also Minnesota. And his parents were like, okay, we're going to come get you. Just stay where you are. So he stayed where he was for quite a while on the phone with his parents. And, you know, occasionally there would be interference and stuff, but he stayed on the phone. And he stayed on the phone with his parents until, you know, they couldn't find him. You know, they had their lights on, they were looking around in the direction where he thought he was, and they couldn't find his car or Brandon on the side of the road at all. So Brandon decided to start walking towards some lights.
What year was this? Lights?
Towards the town of Lind.
Sounds like a UFO.
And told his dad to just pick him up in a known parking lot of an establishment. I think it was either a restaurant or a bar. So his dad was like, okay, and headed over towards that area. Now, Brandon was walking through a field, apparently. I think I saw somewhere he was walking through like a dark field.
What kind of
dark
field?
Regardless, you know, so he started walking towards Lind, and what he thought was Lind, and 47 minutes later, all the while he's still on the phone with his parents. His parents hear, oh shit, and then silence.
I don't know. You know what? I'm literally gonna have to go and read this story because I have this weird feeling she is getting a lot of things confused because it's like she's jumping all over the place.
Until the parents had to finally disconnect the call and try to call again. But imagine, like, you know, you hear, oh shit, and then silence for a while. And you're like, Brandon, and there's no answer. Like, you know, it was just so eerie because
take a bite of sandwich.
They didn't hear anything else. Now, it turns out Brandon was actually, his cell phone records showed that he was actually not going where he thought he was going. He was actually going 40 kilometers, about 25 miles, in the opposite direction to where he thought he was going. So no wonder no one could find him.
So then wouldn't there be, like, the main clue would be he's going to go towards the lights? So then the lights weren't actually the town if he was headed in the wrong direction, Chantal. So this sounds like a possible, like, UFO abduction story to me. I don't know.
He was coming from, like, a party, like, end of spring semester party.
Wait, what in the AI picture is this? What is this? What kind of party is this, Chantal? Get out of here. Where did you find this picture? That looks like a party you've never been to or ever will go to. She's the worst
So people were
storyteller.
wondering if maybe he was intoxicated and disoriented.
Maybe he got roofied.
But his parents said he sounded very coherent, not inebriated at all. Plus, he shouldn't have been driving if he was drinking.
Please.
But people still do.
People, like I said, I spent time on farms and stuff. My family, they made their own wine on the farm. They had, like, the big vats and everything because it's, I'm talking about, like, I'm in Northern California in vineyard country. People drive drunk out there in the country, whether it's right or wrong. That's what they do. It's it's craziness. That's why I said they end up in the ditches a lot.
But since he's never found, there's no way to test his alcohol level. So in the morning, his parents reported him missing to the Lind police.
48 hours, I think, is standard. If this is an American story, which I believe it is, she said it was Minnesota. I don't know if this is every state. It might vary from state to state, but I know, like, for an adult, I believe it is 48 hours before the police will consider it like an actual, like, the person is missing, unless it's like a child or something like that. Then it's like a more extreme case of a missing person.
Just kind of like, wait a while. This happens with young people. You know, maybe he's just out somewhere, yada, yada, yada. So the search, because of that, started for him late.
Why do you do this, like, with
There's some
stories? This
controversy
is
about
so
that.
annoying.
About starting searches late, like waiting a while just because
How do you know? You're not American.
Like, I think they passed a Brandon's law, which means, like, police have to
They might
take
have.
into account certain factors before deciding on starting a search. Because in my opinion,
I
like,
mean, I think a lot of states have different laws. I guess it's like specific to the state. I think the one national, I think it is national. I don't know. I'm pretty much sure it is. The Amber Alert, that was because of a little girl in Texas. Yeah, but laws like in the United States will vary from state to state, and they do tend to name specific laws that are passed after the victims, whether it be a child or an adult.
okay, yeah, let's say, he just didn't come home, like, it was the
Like,
next
and I
morning, we found
believe
that he was,
actually, I think there's a national law that they're actually trying to implement. I don't know if they're going to do it nationally or just state wide. I believe it's called the Ebony Alert. It's for African American women or women of color, because what tends to happen is that when women of color go missing, they tend to not get the same I guess national awareness as do people of another color. Like they're lower priority, as well as Native American women or indigenous women, however you want to say it. I prefer indigenous, but yeah, that there's hundreds of women that have gone missing on reservations, and you hear nothing on the news about it. Nothing. It's like a real problem with women of color that, I mean, that seriously needs to be changed.
home. Maybe he just, like, got drunk, passed out, and didn't come home right away. That's a little different than him kind of, being in a car crash and then saying, oh shit, and then nothing. Like, to me, they should have started the investigation right away.
Yeah, of course, Chantal. You
So
would
they
be
should take it.
you would be that girl that would fake their disappearance like that. What was that chick's name from? I think was she from here? I think she was from California. Can't remember. Papini, I think her name was, where she faked her own kidnapping and all of that because she was having an affair. She was like on her husband or something. I think she did some jail time. You would be that type. That's why they, have certain rules about searching for missing people, because there's a lot of times where it's some idiot like you that likes to fake shit for attention, that uses police resources, Chantal. So that's why a lot of the times they don't take things like this seriously.
To
You
those
guys
factors of the
mess it up for
situation, but
everybody
like
else.
case by case basis, not just like a one size fits all kind of deal.
Horrible storyteller. I'm going to say it again.
So
Wow.
they also had sniffer dogs that led them around the Yellow Medicine River, but no body was ever found in the river. There was no other evidence to suggest that he did fall in the river, because his last known location was near the Yellow Medicine River, apparently.
Do they have Sasquatch in the area?
My thought on that is, wouldn't they hear a splash? Wouldn't they hear him calling for help as he's
Get
drowning?
out of here.
Or-
Who's going to
You
hear
know
him?
what I mean?
Who's going to hear a splash if he says, "Oh shit"? Like I don't know if they would have heard a splash. Chantal, come on.
It's the dead silence after he goes missing, after he says those words. It's the dead silence after he says those words that really just
Did they ever find his phone, Chantal?
it's so eerie.
I don't know. Sounds like a UFO abduction story to me.
And if he was grabbed, wouldn't you hear a struggle? Wouldn't you hear a call out for help?
Not necessarily. I don't know why she does this. This is so
It's the eerie
irritating.
silence. I don't know.
The eerie silence as she. Way to ruin a story, Chantal.
The whole thing is bizarre.
Your face is bizarre. Just kidding.
Very delicious food.
Yuck.
I hope sincerely that they do find answers someday.
No, you don't. Shut up. Because then you'd have nothing to talk about.
The theory that he ran away, wanted to go missing, is kind of bizarre to me.
No,
Doesn't make
it's
sense.
not. Yes, it does. A lot of people do that.
Because why would he crash his car?
To make it look
Or
like an accident.
why would he call his parents to find him?
People do a lot of crazy things, Chantal. Like you in
That
Kuwait.
makes zero sense.
It makes perfect sense. Do you know how many people fake their own kidnapping or fake some type of accident or whatever to get attention? I mean, you alone should know, Chantal. Somebody that faked a suicide attempt should know that people, will go to extreme measures to either get away from people or to achieve some type of attention.
So they haven't like ruled out foul play, but there's just no evidence to suggest that there was foul play. So the whole thing is just bizarre. And I find when people just like disappear seemingly into thin air with no evidence to suggest what happened to this person, not even a clue, to me that's very bizarre.
To me, I'm one of those people, I like conspiracy theories and stories like that. I'm like obsessed. One of my things, because I love science, sci-fi, all of that stuff. Like alien stories, UFO stories. I follow UFO channels, things like that. I mean, that's where my mind goes to with this story, especially how he vanished. My suggestion, if I don't know if I've said this before, there is a book called Missing 411. It's about disappearances like this, but directly related to national forests and the amount of people that go missing, and the government is like this big conspiracy theory about it. Look into that. I'm telling you the stories in this book, and there's also a channel. It's the scariest book I've ever read in my life. Missing 411. It will make you not want to step foot into a national forest again.
bizarre. And to me, it's bizarre that he disappeared so quietly. After saying those words, it's just weird to me. So,
And another thing, and what makes me think it might be something like a missing 411 story, if you read about it, there tends to be a commonality with the people that go missing. It's always by like a river or some source of water like that within a forest or some type of land area like associated with the national forest. There's always something to do with water. So, I mean, this story sounds like, you know what? I don't even know if they might have covered this story on the Missing 411 channel. It's a possibility. I have to look it up, but it sounds like something like that. And they like the theories for the Missing 411 thing, or possible like time warp things, or portals, UFO. Like there's all kinds of conspiracy theories surrounding the Missing 411 thing. But the main thing is that apparently the government knows about it, and the forest rangers are like, I guess, in cahoots with the government in hiding and suppressing the evidence of the amount of missing people that disappear within the national forest. I'm telling you, it's scary. Read about it.
the new season of Unsolved Mysteries, I've watched it because I'm a fan, but the new season is probably the weakest one, season 4,
I haven't watched it
of my
at all.
opinion.
That stuff gives me anxiety when I watch it. Unsolved Mysteries.
They did a whole episode on the Mothman. Like, how many times has the Mothman been done?
The Mothman still exists,
Not
Chantal.
only that, they did an episode on the original series with Robert Stack. We don't need another one.
Shut up, Chantal. Excuse me. When there's a tragic event that's about to happen, the Mothman makes an appearance. And this is like a global thing. It's not just like only, contained within the United States. It still happens. So, yes, I believe the Mothman is very relevant.
Okay,
As well as the Jersey Devil.
maybe for me, cryptids are not that
I love
interesting.
cryptids.
Like, I used to be so afraid of Bigfoot.
I'm
If I saw
still afraid of
I'd be
Bigfoot.
freaked out, but I kind of don't believe in any of that.
I love Harry and the Hendersons. That's a great Bigfoot movie.
Although I don't dispute that people do see
And
these
if,
things.
I'm gonna show my age here. All of you that remember the $6 Million Man, do you guys remember the episode with the Bigfoot? That thing freaked me out when I was a kid. Scary.
It's just like
I'm scared of aliens, the gray ones.
the
I
Mothman.
don't. I'm scared of aliens. This is this. I'm gonna show that I'm like kind of cuckoo. I sleep with the light on because I'm scared. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and see one of those things. Yeah, no, thank you.
Could kind of be anything. You know, a huge crane, or I don't know.
A
Could be
crane?
anything big that squawks.
Wait, what was that? What's that? I thought that was me for a second. Or I was hearing voices. Anything that squawks. What do you mean, like your ass, Chantal? Get out of here. I think we caught your drift that it's like a bird, not an actual like physical like crane for a building. Get out. The way she like her
I would look at
eyes
it.
scanning everywhere.
I found that episode boring. If you like the Mothman, okay, but for me it was kind of boring.
That one movie, is it the Mothman Prophecy? I think with Richard Gere. That's a real good Mothman movie, and I think that was based partially on a true story that the bridge collapse, where the moth like I believe that's where the Mothman got his notoriety from. Was that bridge collapse? He shows up to warn you about a tragedy. So I don't know. The Mothman's probably good. Look at that. Shove it in, Chantal. Wow. Wait, where's the mixing bowl? Shouldn't you be
Obviously,
eating out of that?
I failed my challenge of eating everything in my house, but we don't have that much left.
What about all those eggs? I know you didn't eat all of those.
Most of what we have can wait.
I think they're traveling today.
I'll cook up the veggies tomorrow.
What, the frozen ones?
We have eggs. I might freeze my butter.
Butter would stay good in the fridge. I don't think it would go bad. Like, are you planning on being gone for 5 months,
These ketchup
Chantal?
chips are the best. Now, if you like this kind of content, and you want me to like do once a week or something,
No, please
true
don't.
crime
Don't. Please don't.
or mystery Monday,
Not when you're eating. It's horrible. Don't
Let me
do
know.
it. Please don't.
when I'm traveling, of course, I'll put it on hold. But
What? Why
That was
not? Why? This would make a good series, Chantal. Since you want to do these like conspiracy theories, whatever, murder mystery, whatever place that you travel to, why don't you do some digging and find out if they have any, mysteries or unsolved crimes within the area that you're visiting? That would be interesting. Instead of this recycled unsolved mysteries BS that you get from whatever, Tubi, wherever, I don't know where the hell you're watching this crap. Do that instead. And don't eat when you're doing it, because I'm telling you right now, people are annoyed at your storytelling because you take a bite of food between every 2 words. It's annoying. Don't eat when you do this crap.
just decent size sub actually. It was like a 6-inch. It wasn't like a 4-inch.
Oh, like Salah's?
Oh well, it was cheaper. Anyway, I guess that's it, and I'll see you guys.
Okay, I guess that's it. Chantal, please don't do this again. Anyways, yeah, I'm into cryptids. Maybe I'll repost some of the channels that I watch if you guys are into that stuff. I don't know. I've been into this stuff for probably a majority of my life. Like I said, I lived when I was younger in an actual documented haunted house. There's actually a documentary about it. I'm not going to say which house that was. But yeah, maybe I will maybe at one point or another, but yeah, so that's kind of like what got me into like paranormal cryptids type of things like that. And then as well as my parents working for the aerospace industry, like I said before. So I'm just, really into like all of that stuff. I guess I'm a nerd. I don't know, but it's okay. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.